Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to welcome you at our conference, which is a high peak of the project that we were doing for 2 years. They were hard years with the external circumstances, but fruitful years about our partnership. We have gathered a lot of institutions and organizations who are joining and networking the non-governmental and public sectors in different European countries. And we are about to share what we have learned, the best practices for youth-friendly cities, because it's about how municipalities can be youth-friendly on a systematic, organized way. But this meeting today is also about establishing new connections. So we will have time for presentations and also for networking, informal networking, later moderating networking sessions, because we like to work together with public institutions and we like to learn new ways and open new ways how to do this. And we are very open for also new ideas that may come up today. Just formal things. The conference is financed by the Erasmus Plus program within the project called Mapping Best Practices for Youth-Friendly Cities, which coordinator of which is Nausika Educational Foundation. So once again, welcome all of you in the name of Nausika. This conference is also organized by Europe for Youth Association. We are close friends and collaborate on many levels together. And Barbara Moś is representing both organizations today. And she is also responsible for leading the conference, while I will take sure that all the teas and cookies are ready for you on time. So there's enough for me speaking, and it's time for Barbara.
Thank you, Zbyszek. That was Zbyszek Janczukowicz from Nausika Foundation. As mentioned, I'm representing both legs today. Well, both of our entities, Nausika Foundation and Europe for Youth, are strongly connected with developing youth policies at the local and international European level. So we had this pleasure to organize this 2 years project, mapping youth-friendly cities, mapping best practices for youth-friendly cities. And yeah, we would like to share that with you and invite you to discussion for the next steps on how to make cities more youth-friendly. Before we start, I would also like to ask Mateusz Płoskonka to welcome you in Kraków, because we have many international guests. So I'll pass the voice.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Mateusz Płoskonka. I represent the Department of Social Policy and Health in the Municipality of Kraków. And I'm very glad that you are here and that we can talk about youth policy, that we can share good ideas, good practices. Mr. President, who want to be here today, is working for refugees of Ukraine. So I became here straight from the information point on the railway station in Kraków, and we work for the Ukrainians. But the youth policy is for us very important. It's one of the most important area and activities in our city. That's why I'm here, and I will tell you something about our activities in the next part of this meeting. Thank you very much.
We also have to acknowledge that this conference is happening in the middle of the very difficult international situation. So we want to also use this opportunity to exchange practices on how to work with young refugees. So we have also the countries and organizations who are quite experienced in that. So let's also keep that in mind and try to find out how to improve that situation. Who is here? We have a pleasure to host in this room representatives of different organizations, municipalities and different countries. No? So we welcome our project partners from Portugal, DYPALL network, developing of local youth policy at the local level, which is Bruno and Mateusz. There is Slovenian Youth Policy Institute, Vanja de Bebec, do I pronounce it well? Romanian PONT group, Andras and Agnes, and the Centrum for Intercultural Dialogue from Northern Macedonia, Kumanovo, Nami and Ivana. We have also a Kraków Festival Office representatives, and one that is missing, I don't see, Foundation of Development of Legal Education and Civil Society, Foundation of Economy and Public Administration, and I see European Youth Center in the person of Maciek. So welcome everybody. The main question of today's meeting is how cities can be more youth-friendly. And that means how can cities increase or maintain quality youth services. So what does it mean, quality youth services? No? Like enabling young people in those cities to live safely, to develop, to fulfill their own potential, so along the values and standards of quality youth work. So this conference will be very quick. The term of youth-friendly cities will be strictly connected to youth work, to quality youth work, and to youth policies. The program, the aim of this conference, our aims are two. If you could click, let's click. Next one. No? Next one? Yeah. So first of all, to exchange best practices, no? To collect inspirations, collect practices that can be useful in our work in the different cities, different countries, and in our organizations. So to simply also get inspired and network with other people. And the second one would be more connected to the final moment of the project, mapping best practices for youth-friendly cities, to discuss, to develop further the standards of youth-friendliness, and give inspirations on various measures on how different cities can develop in a more youth-friendly direction. The program will consist of two parts. So firstly, we have a blocks of presentations, firstly of already existing international labels, certificates for youth-friendly cities, and the frameworks on developing youth policy. So that will be the first block of presentations. And the second block of presentations will be connected more to the concrete practices, tools and practices that cities are implementing to make their services more youth-friendly. And after that, around 2 o'clock, we will reorganize the room a little bit and join in a common discussion regarding the standards that we have developed inside of this project. So stay until the end. Only until the end we will present the final outcomes of the project, so the framework for youth-friendly cities to develop in the different dimensions. The context of this, that was already done. The context of this meeting today is the project financed from Erasmus Plus called Mapping Best Practices for Youth-Friendly Cities. I will probably repeat that many times today. And this project was a strategic partnership between organizations that are present here, lasted almost 2 years, and consisted of several stages. So first of all, we did research, two types of research on mapping international and national youth-friendly cities labels, so existing frameworks in which municipalities are developing their youth policies in a youth-friendly way. So we were looking at what is already out there, no? In order not to develop the same things or repeat the same conclusions, we mapped a few programs like that. A few of which we will hear about today. And the second type of research we did was mapping practices of organizations and municipalities that are actually implementing it. So we were also looking at what are the difficulties in implementation of youth policies in various dimensions, and how they were solved, how they were managed. So about that we will hear a bit today. We also had a training activity in which we were trying to put that all research into bigger picture and to find out what are the main dimensions of youth-friendly cities that are important for cities to to look at and to develop. And this was a massive brainstorming session, results of which you will see at the end of today. So the results are those 5 dimensions with the proposals of standards and proposals of how to, of the practices, how cities can implement them. You see also at the bottom of the slide the names, actual names of the partners of this project. So if you're interested in any of it, feel free to approach people and drink coffee together. What else? I think this is all that we have to know before we move on to hearing about existing frameworks for policy development. So I'm not taking any more of your time. And
just about the contacts, you do not need to shoot the photos. You will find it in the link over here, all the contacts. So you can take this paper with you, and we are more than happy if to answer any questions or put you in touch with any of the people speaking.